All right, so we are on the last lesson for the topic for this unit, which is gradient, and you are going to see gradient throughout the whole entire year. It is important. It will be on the Regents. So if you don't understand how to do it, please, please, please ask, and we can go over it and make sure you understand how to do it. What is gradient? Well, gradient is the change in field value per unit of distance. So that's a lot of technical talk for how much does the field value change over a length of distance. So field value, again, this is the value of whatever has been measured. In this little picture, what has been measured is elevation. I've got 2 elevation points. So that's my field value. And the formula, which can be found in your reference table right here, gradient is change in field value over distance. You need to know it, star it, highlight it, something that is something you're going to be dealing with throughout the year. An example of field value, elevation, point A, elevation is 500, point B, elevation is 380. Change in distance is 120 miles. Technically, we don't like using miles in science, so stick to kilometers unless told otherwise. So let's start plugging in. Change in field value. So take your highest field value minus your lowest field value. So 500 minus 380. Put that all over distance. Your distance is 120 miles. All right, let's clean it up a little bit. So actually figure out 500 minus 380 is 120. 120 feet. All right, over 120 miles. Oh, so our change in field value, our gradient is it will change 1 foot per mile. This is kind of like, think of miles per hour. Same thing. How far can you go from this place to this place on in 1 hour? All right. So here's a simple contour map. If you flip to this page, please, we can start filling it out. So what is number 1? Number 1 is pointing to this right here. This is going to be the dark line that is typically labeled. It is a contour line. So, or sorry, the non-dark line that is not labeled. The darker lines you can see is like right there. These are not dark lines. These are just called simple contour lines. Those are connecting spots. All right, sorry. I keep going back and forth. So the hatch marks right there, these are hatch marks or depressions. Looks kind of like a little tiny cacti. That just means there's a divot. It goes down. It probably is a pond on this little tiny island. And then right here, that's that dark line I was talking about. Those are contour lines. Now, if you need to, I'm going to put this in the key. Please go double check to make sure you've written down everything that I ask you to write down and it matches up. Ah, the laws of V, which I mentioned earlier. The laws of V. Contour lines bend upstream where they cross the river. This can be used to determine which way the river is flowing. I would like you to draw on here a river that is coming from the east. I want you to double check with the key to make sure it's correct. I want you to write down the contour interval. So there's 100, there's 200. What I'm going to do is I'm going to count. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines of difference. And 200 minus 100 is 100. So 100 divided by 5 is your contour interval right here. What's the highest possible elevation of a hilltop on here? What could possibly be the highest right there? So figure out, based on your contour interval, what the highest is going to be. Please write it down, what you could possibly get right there. Which is the steepest side of the hill? Is it the north side of the hill, the south side of the hill, the east side of the hill, or the west side of the hill? This is a review from topography, but I want you to know it. So write down which one, or just circle which one. How do contour lines show a steeper slope? So this combines with this. Please double check to see if your answer is correct and matches mine. What are 3 basic features of a landform do contour lines show? So as we see this, it can show, according to this, how steep a side of the hill is, how gentle the side of the hill is. It shows the elevation. It can show the shape of whatever it is you're looking at. It'll show the shape based on these lines. And also the steepness of gradient. Just double check with yours to make sure yours lines up with mine. All right, so we have this worksheet right here. Make sure you do this worksheet front and back. Check with the key, and that is it. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask, and I hope you guys have a great day.